Hello, people. Just a little backstory on what you're about to watch. We had the video for this. We've talked about this before, but we had the video for this a while ago, but the data was corrupted, so we only have the audio, and we didn't have a Monday episode for the week, so we were just like, all right, we'll upload this one. So there's some parts that I believe are probably going to not translate so well to audio-only format, but whatever. Enjoy, I guess. It's a pretty funny episode, so have fun. This is the only time you're going to see my face the whole episode. I might throw it in like the corner at one point, but that's about it. So, bye.
Back to formula.
Hello, and welcome back to the first Movie Monday in a long time.
Yeah, it's the first one that I don't know if we're going to do these consistently. Probably just with movies that, actually we care about or don't care about, but care about enough to hate to do a Movie Monday.
So we talked about going to see this movie in the Slender video.
We went to go see Slender-Man. First impression. No, well, actually, after this point, spoilers.
Okay.
For the Slender-Man
spoilers, not spoiler review. God, don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it.
I went into this movie with incredibly mediocre hopes. I didn't look at any reviews for it or anything, and I was like, this probably isn't going to be like high quality, but I'm expecting something.
I went into it with high hopes until I saw who the director was and how he's never filmed anything successful ever. The
Wow.
most notable thing that he filmed was Stomp the Yard.
I don't know what that is.
And he also directed the fourth installment in the I Know What You Did Last Summer series, titled I Always Know What You Did Last Summer. So, yeah, that's the only, he's never directed anything good. So, after this point, if you don't want spoilers, just click away or don't see it.
So, I'm going to try to recollect, because we saw it a week ago probably now.
Yeah, it was something like that. I think we saw it last
Sunday, I think. Last Sunday.
No, it wasn't Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Oh, yeah, it was, because I had work
it was
Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it starts off, and you have this group of girls, and they're being high school girls, I guess.
Let's summon the Slender-Man. So, yeah, they're being high school girls, and then, their group of guy friends are all like, we're gonna do a secret thing tonight, and they're just like, oh, what's your secret thing, a circle jerk? That's literally a line. That happened.
Yeah.
So, and then
God.
they're like, they find out that the boys were trying to summon Slender-Man, and so they go and try to do it themselves. And it's just the acting was not very good. I mean, they're all teenagers.
But it was bad.
It was just bad.
There's this one scene. So, the one lady who's this is all Slender-Man. The one girl whose name I thought was Red the entire time because she had red hair, but it turns out her name was Ren.
Yeah, Wren. How odd.
That is odd. And then the main character, the main girl's name was it was something dumb.
I don't even remember because I've blocked everything about it out of my head. Or all of the most insignificant points.
It was Hallie. Hallie.
Yeah, it was. It was
Hallie. And then so we have to give something we love to Slender-Man.
Yeah. So no. That's how they're supposed to get rid of him. They summoned him by accident by watching a stupid video online.
But it wasn't an accident because they definitely were intentional. They were
yeah, but they were like, it's gonna summon Slender-Man. Haha, it's totally not real. But then, it's a video that's on the surface web that just turns out to be real.
It turns out to summon demons or whatever.
Yeah. So right off the bat, it's bad.
It's bad.
And then so they start to slowly go a little insane, and then they see. They start to see Slender-Man, and then one of their friends goes missing.
Yeah, one girl disappears.
The day after, she disappears, and they're like, where'd she go? And then, there's this weird scene where the girl's dad shows up at one of the other girls, the main girl's house.
And starts, choking her or something?
I don't
know.
No,
he's
he was, gonna hurt her.
What'd you do with her?
Yeah, he was...
Where's the Joker?
Where is it? He just, starts being horrendously aggressive towards, a 15-year-old girl. And while their parents aren't home...
We don't know what age they are.
They were, maybe sophomores.
They
So
were
probably
like
15 or 16.
They were The actors were older, of course.
Yeah, like Joey King, cute goth girl in the movie. She's like,
Probably one of the worst actors in the movie.
She's 19.
But she's also probably one of the worst actors in the movie.
But so, man, it's just really weird. And then after the one girl disappears, Chloe starts to go insane. And then, so the thing about her little arc, she starts to go insane. You see her go insane, and then they just forget about her.
Yeah, she just disappears.
Because she starts to go insane after they try to get rid of the Slender-Man. They find out, you've got to sacrifice something you love. So they go in the woods, and they, like, put blindfolds on, and they're like, because if you see him, you go crazy. And then, of course, Chloe takes her blindfold off.
Why'd you take the blindfold off, Chloe?
Yeah, right?
You played yourself.
So they sacrifice something they love, and then it's like, oh, it's not something you love. It's like, because they sacrifice like stupid things, like this was the only picture of me and my dad, and then she like ripped it up.
But I just remember the scene where Ren figures out, she's like, he doesn't want something we love.
Oh yeah,
he wants us. And like, boy, I was like, this isn't really a movie that I'm watching.
So after Chloe goes insane, they go to visit her at her house, and she shows up at the door, and she's just got like bags in her eyes, and she looks like she hasn't slept in days, and she looks crazy, and they're all like, "Are you okay?" And then she just like shuts the door, and then that's the end of her arc.
Yeah, you
nothing
never see
else.
her again.
Nothing else.
There's no real.
The reason why, my theorized reason why, in the trailer, there's a video when there's a scene where they're in the bio lab, where they're like in biology with like the scalpels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was a scene that happened in the movie, and in the trailer, Chloe stabbed herself in the eye with a scalpel in the biology lab. But that didn't happen in the movie. She wasn't in that scene in the movie. So I think that Chloe's arc was supposed to be more, and she was supposed to die, but she didn't.
They probably were like,
they probably cut that out.
Edgy.
Which it wasn't too edgy. If it would have been a rated R Slender-Man movie, it would have been a lot better because they would have had more room to do things that should have been done. So yeah, just like plot wise, it was just bad. And then so that's basically all I really have to bitch about for the plot. I mean, there was no good character development. There was no.
The writing was so bad.
The writing was very poor.
So bad.
The acting was pretty bad. So moving next on to the visuals, Slender-Man. The actual practical effect for the Slender-Man, he's played by Javier Botet. He's a very famous monster actor. Mm-hmm. He plays like the Crooked Man in The Conjuring 2, which was really good. He plays the alien in the previous Alien Covenant movie. He's been in a bunch of stuff because he's like a really tall, weird, like long arm dude because he's got some sort of like birth like defect or something like that, or some disease. So the actual makeup for the Slender-Man looks incredible, but they ruin it with horrible CGI tentacles.
They give him
and then they never show him, and when they do show him, he's blurry in the background, and I'm just like, why? You take the coolest thing that you have about this movie, and you throw it down the toilet, you just shit on it, and you throw it down the toilet. It's so. It makes me very upset.
There was also a scene or multiple scenes where they go to like a Slender-Man forum. Mm-hmm. And that's gold right there.
And you could tell that like some of those pictures were like totally ripped off of like DeviantArt. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, and like there was a scene where like they put the red circle around Slender-Man so you could see him, and that made me laugh very hard.
Another like visually, they tried too hard to do like they're all slowly going insane and showing these weird visuals. Now the one that really got to me. Was the scene where the main girl is over at the boy's house. They're about to like they're like making out and getting it on, and then she just like looks at him and his face is like distorted and shit, and he's just like making some weird noise, and he gets like looking like he busted the most demonic nut. It was just so poorly it just looked bad.
He was
bad.
He was like, and and the girl's just like, oh my god.
She's just like screaming, and then the dude's like, what's wrong? Like, it's really bad. And then like he's trying to like watch after that, he tries to like watch the video, and she's like, don't watch it. And then I think he did watch it.
He probably did,
because later on in the biology lab scene, she says hi to him, but he looks all depressed and dark and shit like that. Also, but that's another thing that they probably cut out that should have gone somewhere that didn't go anywhere.
The whole like that girl and the guy, it came out of nowhere and it made no sense.
It really did, because they talked like once at the beginning of the movie, and then that was it. And then like 3/4 of the way through the movie, they're like, all right, let's bring this up.
And then like she's like, "You want to go on a date?" Or no, the guy's like, "You want to go on a date?" And she's like, "Sure." And then they get to like second base, and I'm like,
yeah, just out of nowhere, they just like talk once, and then they're suddenly making out. He's busting a demonic nut, and it's just bad. Okay, so visually, what else was there that was really visually bad? I mean, the scene. There's a scene where Slender-Man, he grows tentacles. It's at the end of the movie.
Oh,
he grows tentacles and he starts walking around with his. tentacles.
Yeah, he turns into like a spider.
It looked weird because like it looked almost like it was claymation.
Yeah,
and it really bothered me.
And then there was a part where they drag the bitch out of the room through the window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looked bad too.
One good thing I liked was the main girl's sister starts like. She dies or she like half dies or something.
Yeah, she's like because the goth girl took her into the woods and was going to sacrifice her.
Yes, and that's what.
Yeah,
that was one of the things I liked about the movie because the way we found it out, she the main girl like stole the girl's laptop or something.
Yeah, but here's my gripe about that point. I'm
sorry. I had an opinion.
No, you like that's fine. It's like a weird point that I noticed is like. Because they show the video of the girl's little sister walking through the woods and the goth girl's filming her. And then when the goth girl says something, she turns the camera towards herself to say it just so they could show that's the girl, that's the girl's friend who did it. And I was like, why would you would she turn the camera towards her? It was stupid.
I do understand that. Okay. I see your gripe with that.
Yeah.
Another thing I liked about the movie, but this is just really like a me thing. I like the cinematography just because I like trees. Like trees. I just like the way in the scene where the first girl like disappeared. There was a scene where like it was really panned out and it like showed all the trees.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
That was good. But then visually later on they showed the Slender-Man in all the trees, and like his tentacles looked really bad because they were like when the main girl saw him for the first time, it was bad.
Also, he dragged her into a tree. That was
and
like
then she became a tree. He was the tree. He dragged her into the tree. She became part of the tree.
She was the Lorax. She spoke for the trees.
Essentially, and Connor, my little brother, he came with us, and his main gripe was like the way the movie ended, because the way the movie ended, it was the little sister.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Her voiceover, and basically her voiceover was like, sometimes it'd be like that, you know. That was essentially because even like the last thing that she said was, you know.
It's like sometimes bitches get abducted by
that.
demons, you know. It's just a normal thing that happens.
So moving on to a directorial standpoint, I'm not a movie director. I didn't go to film school, but this movie, it looked like
this movie also did not.
Yeah, right. So whoever directed this movie, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry that I don't remember your name. If you're watching this,
didn't you just say his name?
No, I said the things that he directed in the past, but I didn't say his name. So
look it up.
I don't care enough. Okay. So basically, this movie took all of the most famous horror movies from the past 10 years, basically, and he just wanted to copy what those directors did. Essentially, he was just a copycat director because there was like scenes where it was like he wanted to be a James Wan movie, Sylvain
White.
Yes, look him up. You won't find much. So
this is a $10 million movie. That's a lot.
So he took like very James Wan shots. Like, I don't know, a lot of you probably don't care about director stuff, but James Wan, he's the guy who did The Conjuring, and I believe he did Insidious, and he did a bunch of really good horror movies.
Conjuring is probably like my favorite horror movie that I've seen, and I don't really like horror movies that much.
As far as I could tell, James Wan established the camera shot of like, you know, look. Pan camera one way, nothing there. Pan camera back to the main character, nothing there. Pan camera the other way, nothing there. Pan camera back to the main character. It's right behind you. That is a James Wan staple. And he tried to do that in this movie like twice, and he didn't do it as well. I just remember it happening
once.
There was a scene where there was like a trippy library scene like in the most previous It movie. Where there was like a library chase scene. He took too many things from other directors and tried to make them his own, and he just did not do it well. He was a copycat. He just took He just basically, and I don't know if it was his fault. I don't know, because clearly what we could tell was there was a different cut of the movie. There was other things that were in it, and the studio probably came in and was like, you know, a lot of young kids like Slender-Man. We got to make it PG-13, rake in the more money. That's probably what ended up. I think it was probably originally supposed to be rated R.
And it was probably going to be more edgy.
It could have been a lot. I mean, I think it could have been a lot better. And I think if they would have given it to a better director, it would have been way, way better. And like, I mean, you can say that about any movie, and you're right. But, I mean, they also shouldn't have given this big thing that, you know, a lot of people are a fan of.
People have been waiting this movie for a long time.
They shouldn't have given that movie to some director who directed I Always Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, I don't mean to hate on
Monday on that.
Sure.
Well, let's do it.
But it's like, if they would have given it to James Wan or, like, anybody else, they could have done a better job, but they didn't.
Now we'll just have to wait for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was a thing.
So basically, to recap, at the end of this video, don't watch it. If you watch it, he follows you.
It's like I was expecting this movie to be like fun bad, but it just wasn't fun. The writing, I'd say the writing was the worst part. And
you know, it also might just be because I was having a bad experience in the theater.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. We had a really bad theater.
It's one thing when like one person's talking and everybody's kind of like, man, this guy should shut up. But everybody was talking, and the girl behind me kept kicking my seat the whole movie, and I was so ready to just yell at everybody. So that might have made my experience a bit worse. And, you know, I'm going to go, I'll watch it again and not have a bad experience, but I'm still going to dislike the movie. I can already guarantee that. Because, I mean, just like remembering the movie from like a movie standpoint and not from an experience standpoint, it's still bad. So.
I mean, let's see.
To recap, treat this movie like if you see it, he actually will follow you because it's bad.
I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more that we're not talking about. I feel like we're missing something.
I'm not missing anything. I've gotten out all my points about the movie.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, all of my points were what I was yelling about on the car ride home. So
he was mad.
I was in a bad mood because I had a long day at work, and then I was like, I'm gonna go see a movie with my friends, and then it was bad. And it would have been one thing if the movie was good and people were talking. I probably would have been like, you know, upset, but I would have been like, at least the movie was good. Yeah. You know, but the movie was bad. And
we had like these two people that weren't even whispering.
Yeah, they really weren't. It's one thing to just be like, yeah, bro, what's up, man? How you doing? But like, no, he was just like, yeah. I was
like, I think like
they were literally like speaking, and they weren't even talking about the movie. They were just talking about shit, like in their normal lives.
I remember Allie dropped my candy, and I heard them making jokes about it.
Yeah,
because I had to pee, and I was like, hold my candy, and she just like dropped it all, and I got up, and they were like, oh, he's leaving, he's mad. Okay.
To end with
final reviews. I give this movie 2 tickles out of 10 tickles. That's the joke I was gonna tell you.
That's a good one.
I came up with it in the shower this morning, and I was like, I need to say this.
I give this movie, 1 creepypasta out of 10 creepypastas.
Really? Lower than me? Huh.
Yeah. I had a really bad time.
Well, the only things I liked about it were the trees.
I speak for the trees.
Well, they were in like that graveyard, and I kind of liked the way that looked.
It was cool. But anyways, yeah, don't go see it.
It was
the Bye Bye Man. Don't say it, don't think it.
It was not good.
Anyways, goodbye everybody. We love you. Like, favorite, subscribe. Tell your mom.
Tell your dad too.
Tell the Slender-Man.
Summon him. Tell him to subscribe to Real Talks and High Fives.
Bye everybody.